Hey YouTube fans, it's Herr BMW. I just thought I'd give you a little short clip on how I'm blacking out the edge on my veneer for my Harbor Freight toolbox top. You can see it's really nothing very high-tech, but it's a tried and true method for doing the edge of this veneer and not getting it on the finish and getting it black. Over the years, the folks in the paint shop and everything else tried paint and all kinds of things, and in all honesty, we never had to do this very much. Typically just someplace where it would be hidden, and the kind of work we were doing, every single surface had to be finished, even if an owner was never going to crawl in the back of a locker or something. But nevertheless, this is what we would use, and it's really quite effective. So just thought I'd give you a quick little update about what was happening. And as soon as I finish this, we're going to go ahead and glue the top on there, and I'll give you a shout when I get that done. All right, bye. Hey YouTube fans, it's Herr BMW. It's Friday evening, and gotten home from work, had a little dinner, and had a little minor catastrophe around the old homestead. Last night I was on my way home from work, and I got a frantic call from the wife. Excuse me. There was a flood in the garage, and not that anybody is interested. There's the E90 330i out there, but as you can see, an awful lot of our house right now is in my garage because we're renovating and trying to live here at the same time, nevertheless. So got a frantic call that there was a flood in the garage, and you can see the culprit is down here in my little half bath in the garage. Our contractor was able to come by last night and put that piece in, but it just split and flooded, and fortunately, being close to the floor, it just flooded the floor, and you know, a few things got wet, yada yada yada, but by and large it's all good. So nevertheless, on to the project with the Harbor Freight box. I'm on my last coat of polyurethane, and you can see that it's really nice and smooth. It looks terrible right now, and I had a question from a friend of mine who came by, who watched me film a little bit of the other one, about why did I go and scratch all this up when it looked perfectly good before. Well, when you're working in your garage like this, unless you're incredibly fortunate and patient, you're going to get little bits of dust and things that are going to fall into the finish. And it's all about adding layers to your finish. The more layers you put on, the deeper the finish, the better it looks. Excuse me. And the problem you have is if you just keep trying to layer the polyurethane on top of the polyurethane with no tooth or scratches, sometimes it doesn't give you the finish. And I'm no finish expert. I don't know the reason for it, but I can just tell you it doesn't work as good. So this does not look great right now, but I'm going to actually film tonight while I put this finish on, and almost immediately, excuse me, you will notice how incredibly good it's going to look. And for the record, using the Minwax fast drying polyurethane clear gloss. And I have a whole series of very expensive natural bristle brushes that you can use to do this. And over the years, I have just found, quite frankly, that these foam brushes do as well as anything. And I've done miles and miles and miles of cabinets in my day, and I just find that these work as well as anything. And there are all kinds of schools of thought about how many times you should or shouldn't go over the surface, and You shouldn't put too many strokes in it, yada yada yada. But you can see it already just starts to look like $1,000,000. And again, the same friend that had visited me the other night, who is a fairly new acquaintance, we don't know each other that well, and was asking me where I had gotten this, what I call veneer. And I was explaining to him where I had worked and how I had acquired it. And he was asking if he could get some. And I'm not working for that company anymore. I don't know the answer to that. My suspicion is probably not. But I think it would be very difficult for someone to get a hold of some of this particular product because it's pretty unique, not only to boat building, but in this case it was pretty unique to a 77 convertible that was being built custom for a customer who wanted American walnut. So I doubt very much you could come across this easily, or even not very easily. But anyway, in case anybody was interested, I have no earthly idea where the company that I work for bought it from, but I'm fairly certain it would be difficult to get in this particular form. But the upside is it's very, very easy to work with. And you can see, just even right now, sort of the before and after. You know, that's the before and that's the after. So and now the veneer tape that I used around the edges to make it essentially look like it's a solid piece of wood, or that's the theory, is readily available. Most all of your home improvement stores will have, typically at the very least, they'll have oak, because they'll sell oak pieces of veneer and whatnot for redoing doors and whatnot like that. Most all of that is iron-on. This particular stuff is not. It doesn't have any kind of an adhesive back on it, either pressure sensitive or heat sensitive or anything else, because this, again, and it's going to sound pompous, but this is the professional grade stuff. This is literally just incredibly thin veneers of solid wood that have a paper tape backing on them, and they finish well because they are real wood. They're real solid wood. They're just very, very thin. They finish just like solid wood. So I'm trying to see what I'm doing and film at the same time, and I understand when I watch these things how I do a fairly poor job of that. But the iPhone is really not, I've learned, is really not the best tool for this. It's very convenient, but it's really not the best tool for this. So I'm investigating, because I'm really enjoying doing these videos, and I actually have a subscriber base now. 20, last check I had 28 subscribers, which, woo, you know, that's for a garage mechanic and fiddling around with his own mess. I think that's wonderful. And I think last time I checked, I had 3,000 views. So I don't remember how many videos I got up now altogether, but I enjoy doing them, and I'm going to keep doing them whether anybody watches or not. But there is something gratifying about knowing that people are looking at what you're doing and liking what they see. I think it's cool. So there you go, YouTube fans. That's it. The next time you see it, I'll have all of the paper and tape peeled off, and it'll be good to go. The only thing really I have left to do is I have to remount the handle right there. And this time being the fourth and final coat, there's still going to be, and it's hard to see, there's still going to be a little bit of imperfection in there. And the way I handle that is the same way I refinish or work on the paint on the car. Is I just take a little bit of polish and just rub it, buff it, put the buffer on it, comes right up, and looks like $1,000,000. It's not a super high gloss, but it looks good. So this will be the second to the last. No, second to the last in my little series on my Harbor Freight toolbox. So I'll talk to you when it's done, and you'll see the final product. And wanted to shout out to John Kerry, 1963 Jag. Huge day the other day. He got his Jag drove it around the garage, or around the driveway, and backed it into the garage. So that was very cool. And watching a lot of the Garage Gang videos. Really interesting bunch of guys doing a variety of projects. And really finding some of these guys are good, and I'm trying to learn Dan Electro and Chef Tush and D.W. Darren. I mean, there's some guys on there and John Kerry, who are just really good at what they do and passionate about it. And so just constantly watching and trying to learn. And thought I'd show you. It's getting a little dark, but it's another beautiful evening on the river in eastern North Carolina. So this is already 10 minutes, so I'm going to cut it off and show you the finished product hopefully tomorrow. Alright, bye. Alright, YouTube fans, it's Herr BMW, and I wanted to finish up with my Harbor Freight project. In the earlier video you saw where I took out the locks that go down in the back to keep the drawers from opening. So here's the finished top, handles on. And to give myself a work surface without unnecessarily messing up my wood, I've just put a piece of glass on here and used these little dots. I don't know if you can see them. Around here we call them earthquake dots, but they're amazing. Apparently out west where they have earthquakes, they use these and put it under all your knickknacks and things that are sitting on shelves, so that when they have the shake they don't fall off. But they're clear, so you really can't see them, but man, sticky, unbelievable, work great. So anyway, I thought I would just, after my first video, someone had asked me what I kept in here, and I've cleaned it up a little, but I call this a detailing cart. So these are all my miscellaneous BMW push fasteners and things like that, all my hoses and miscellaneous tools and stuff, my electrical kit, some spare towels. I don't really use these on the paint surface, but I use them on the interior and things. And those are my microfiber towels in there. In here I've got my code reader tool. That's a wiper arm removal tool. That's the removal tool for the push fasteners. My fan belt, or fan radiator, my fan nut removal set. That's the 32 millimeter, 27 millimeter, whatever it is. And there's the, on my previous car, that's what I used to take the oil filter off on my 2001 Z3. And I have a new tool on the E90. It's got a different filter housing, which is this one here. So, and this works good. My LEDs, this is for when I do my brake rotor project. It's a pad 3M deal for removing the rust. Two different size torque wrenches, 3/8 and 1/2 inch. They work out real well because I try and torque every single thing that has a torque spec. And then, you know, my headlight restoration kit. I have a scratch removal kit that I bought for my Z3, and I've never used it. Just a little hesitant about using it. And then this is just all the miscellaneous BMW bits and pieces that I've saved up over the years. Extra badges. The ones on that car need to be replaced, and quite frankly I haven't gotten around to seeing whether these are the right size or not, but you know, I have them. And I kind of hang off the side my cleaners. On this side it's all cleaners, and then on this side I've got all of my leather care. I don't really like that stuff. I bought it thinking it was the good stuff, and I don't really like that Lexol. It does nothing for me. This is my favorite stuff, the Eisenstadt something for the cleaning the interior. It's got a great, got a great smell, and it works really well. There's my Griot's Garage Quick Shine Auto Detailer, and this is my bag with my Griot's Garage DA and my polish and all that are in that kit. My little Auric vac, use that constantly. And back there I've got all my miscellaneous cleaning junk that I don't use very much, my cleaning mitt. And then back there is all my soaps. So that's kind of a quick tour around my little mobile detailing cart. It's not fancy, but it works really well for me. I enjoy it. So that's about it. That's just another little project done.